So I was writing a bit on my video planning notebook, and I was thinking a little bit. And when I concentrate on writing down my thoughts, there are some very prominent events that happen that I cannot forget and cannot ignore. And lately was something that really impacted me, which is discrimination. So something happened, which I don't want to get into details for, that really reminded me that discrimination is not just about big actions against people. It's not only about very violent situations that might happen, but it's also just tone, it's just the way you talk about people, and you can really, really feel it. So lately, being Albanian has been a trend, but usually the discrimination I have experienced is about where I come from. Maybe a bit of my accent, but since I am kind of Greek and European, I am on this white privileged position. But discrimination is not only related to where you come from, it's how you look, your sexuality, your gender, your age. And you know what I cannot really understand? It's where does the logic lie behind discrimination? And to be honest, I will never understand it, because to me, as much as I will try to explain it, I cannot really show it, rather than trying to make you understand how I see people. So for me, everybody is the same, and it's not just the saying, but everybody is the same. I don't mind. You are blue, you are green, you are whatever color you are. For me, you are the same. To me, the fact that you come from a country or a place that it's not the same as mine, it's even more interesting, because what can I learn from a Greek or Albanian person? I am part of the culture, but usually from other cultures I learn so much, and being discriminating towards others because of where they come from, to me, is total nonsense. I will never understand, definitely, and I would never justify, but I really want the logic behind discrimination. And I don't know where this idea of not to discriminate people comes from, because maybe because I was also living in another country where, unfortunately, the years that I lived there, people were quite discriminating, and regardless of how good person you were and how much you wanted to put into the society, you always were seen as a lower class individual just because you were not from that country. So yeah, you, the Albanian person. I recently saw a comment. I mean, there are definitely crazy comments there about related to being discriminatory, but I even read a comment. A Greek beauty creator had talked a bit about Dua Lipa's new skincare line. And one of the filtered comments, because I am curious what usually gets filtered out, was that I will never make an Albanian person richer than they are. and I cannot really translate every word, but the whole comment had a very derogative accent, which made it very disgusting. Not just because it was about an Albanian person, it could be about anyone and still be disgusting. And to me, it's like, where in your entire being do you have such a big of a place to put all this negative thought about another human being? You can just live your life, and as soon as this human being is not doing anything wrong towards you, I don't really get what's your problem. What is I'm really, I wish that this video ends up into a person who hates foreigners, who hates transgenders, who hates everybody who is not him or her. And I want to really know what's your problem. I am curious, what are all these people doing to you? Like, make it make sense. I don't get any what's going on with any type of discrimination, really. I am like thinking of different types of discriminations, and to me it doesn't make sense. But yeah, when you're an expat, I guess you really taste it a bit differently, because in my opinion everybody's a bit discriminator about a specific topic, and usually about the parts or of their personality which are he or she is not, or they, but they, I cannot imagine somebody who is they are identified as they, and they are discriminators. It would be it wouldn't make sense. And yeah, so being an expat and trying to live with this nowadays much heavier discrimination wave, I, as I said, I am a white person, so like on some people's idea privileged, and I still get some discrimination. And I usually don't get the one like direct impact, but in different settings. And the thing is that I went for years living in Germany and feeling okay, and then suddenly there was a discriminatory event which really made me feel bad. But and that's the difficult part, because you try to adapt, you try to translate yourself, you try every day to become better on the integration of this in this country. Of course you do mistakes, it's not you make mistakes, it's not your native language, and at the end of the day you progress by making mistakes. And after all of this, you suddenly are reminded that not everyone sees you as an equal. I don't sit and get angry about it, because there is nothing I can do to solve this situation. But I also feel guilty and pretend that this phenomenon does not exist. So for me, acknowledging that this thing exists, it's already very big part of me protecting myself, and I still choose to be proud of who I am. And I would like to say to everyone who might have felt discriminated because of their age, because of their origin, because of their color, because of their religion, because of their sexuality, because of their gender, that there are people who would always value for what you are and what you bring to the table. And let's try to focus on this area of the world and to the people that are really supporting everybody and loving everybody. Yeah, it sounds super cliche, but please just love each other and respect everyone who is sharing the same planet Earth with you. It was not a super funny episode, but I am pretty sure this is quite important to anybody who is living abroad. See you on the next one.